If there's one thing that UK fans love better than basketball itself, it's basketball recruiting. I mean, we get absolutely giddy over the anticipation of a 17 or 18-year-old young man pledging his allegiance and commitment to Big Blue Nation to play basketball. And this fever has only heightened since John Calipari has been our coach. I was at the blue-white scrimmage on Wednesday. A young man came up and said, "You're Radio Ron, aren't you?" "Yes, sir." "Well, what was recruiting like back in your day?" "If I can remember," I said. "Well, as most of you know, I started following UK basketball back in the 40s, and we always assumed that Coach Rupp would recruit the best of the best, and he did, like Calipari does now. Of course, you must understand that we did not have the recruiting gurus and the rating services, nor the social media network that we enjoy today. I suppose I really became cognizant of recruiting in class rankings with the Super Kittens. The 71-72 freshman team consisted of Kevin Greavy, Jimmy Dan Connor, Mike Flynn, Bob Guyette, Steve Lockmuller, Jerry Hale, and G.J. Smith. Every UK fan was ecstatic about that team. They went 22-0 when they played a freshman schedule. Now, the Street and Smith Basketball magazine picked that class as the nation's very top, and for years I never missed a copy of that publication. I still have them in an old trunk at home. Now, the next UK recruiting class that stands out in my memory is the 79-80 collection of talent, one of the most heralded incoming classes of all time. Sam Bowie, Dirk Minifield, Derek Horde, Charles Hurt, Tommy Heinz. And there was a guy still uncommitted, 7'4" Ralph Sampson, and it was a possibility he would join that elite group. It came down to UK and Virginia. Virginia, UK, I remember my ear was glued to the radio. Yes, the radio, listening to his live press conference, and he vacillated a while, but still, he said Virginia, what might have been one of the greatest recruiting classes of all time. And of course, I was keenly aware of the great recruits during the Patino years. And of course, Tubby enjoyed some great recruiting classes, especially early in his tenure. But that brings us to the present and the unprecedented level of recruiting we now enjoy under John Calipari. Coach Cal has always been an elite recruiter, having had the #1 recruiting class for 4 straight years at UK and probably a 5th. But what he has done in the past few weeks is downright legendary. Calipari's 2013 class already has 5 commitments, including 3 players in the top 5 in their class, according to ESPN. And as great as it is, that class is not yet complete. Why, we might even get another 1 or 2 5-star players. How does he do it? Well, anytime you see a recruit who wants to play for a coach, he's thinking, is he really going to be for my well-being and so forth? Well, there's no coach in the country who stresses a player-first philosophy more than Coach John Calipari. UK is the hottest and the coolest program in the country right now. And finally, this is just my personal opinion, but I think we go bonkers as UK fans over recruiting because it's that delicious anticipation of what is next. We reached the pinnacle last year with the NCAA title, but now what is next? Can we repeat? Will Noel, Poitras, Goodwin, Harrowin, Wiltshire take us to that promised land again this year? And what about the 2013 class? Even with the Harrison twins, Young, Lee, and Willis committed, we wonder about getting Julius Randle. And now that Andrew Wiggins has reclassified, will he commit? Coach Cal has said it many times, you fans are crazy. Well, maybe we are. I'm Ron Chilton for KSTV.